Hi, here I am on Facebook Live for only the second ever time. This is Louise Bretz, and I wanted to share with you how using cash totally transformed my relationship with my bank account. Now, I'm going to share with you a simple method for helping you stay on track if you've got some problem placing your budget where you tend to overspend. Now, first, I want to give you what I'm going to call a lame alert. This might sound lame at first, it's so simple. I thought it was lame at first, and I didn't want to try it. And it has changed so much for me and my husband Woody in how we deal with our money. And it's simply called the envelope system. It has to do with using cash. Now, stick with me here till the end, and I'll tell you some of the benefits that we got from this. It's so simple. You just take some cash out of your bank. Let's say you want to decide you want to stay on track with your grocery money. How much are you going to spend on groceries? So once you've decided how much you're going to spend on groceries that month or that pay period, you go to the bank, you get the money, and you put it in an envelope. Literally, an envelope. Now I have an envelope here, right? Put the name on it, groceries, and then that's all that money is used for. I am seeing an error message on my screen. I'm going to roll with it, and we'll see how this turns out. So once you have that envelope with that money, you've designated that money for that item. So I'm just going to go with groceries here. Every time you go to the grocery store, you bring that cash, you pay cash out of that envelope. Then after, let's say you're doing it by pay period, that money's going to dwindle, but you need to stay within that amount, and you can see it go down in your envelope till the next pay period. The next pay period, you go to the bank and you say, this is my budget till my next paycheck. Pull the grocery money out, put it in the envelope, and go again. This sounds so simple, in this modern society with Cash App, Apple Pay, debit cards, credit cards, tap your phone, everything, right? It sounds sort of Neanderthalic, but here's the power behind it. Number one, it's been proven by many, many studies that we will spend more if we use a credit card or even a debit card than paying cash. The reasons behind that, it could just be that some people say we feel the pain of spending money. I don't know that I feel pain when I spend money, but I can tell what I'm doing. Think about the last time you went maybe just to the drugstore and picked up a bunch of sundries and paid with your debit card or tapped your phone. Did you really pay attention to how much it was? I'm guessing not. I don't. But if I have cash, I have to count out those bills. Maybe not exact change, but let's say it's $34.15. I pull out a couple of 20s. I get some kind of feeling for what it's costing. And I see that cash in my envelope go down. Now, when I get to the end of the pay period and the money's low, let's say talking about groceries again, maybe I look in my envelope, I know I have to buy a few things, and I see there's only $40 left. So I know I need to stick to my list. I need to stick to those essentials until my next paycheck comes in. Okay? Now, when Woody and I started doing this, we were shocked. It was so powerful to us. So we started, I think, with groceries. Now we do this for several categories. We do this for entertainment. We do this for dining out. We always bring cash to dine out. I do this for my clothing budget because I usually shop in person and not online. We do this for home repair, which is basically Lowe's, money for Lowe's. So we found it very useful. I want to talk about how it works on 3 different levels. Number one, I already mentioned. You tend to pay more, not pay more. You tend to be willing to spend more when you're using a credit card or even a debit card. That limits you to the money in your account. So you'll be likely to spend less if you're using that cash in your envelope. Two, you can see and feel what you're spending more readily than having to constantly check your bank account. It's right in the envelope. The third benefit is one that we didn't expect. The third benefit is that I know I have the money for what I need, because I know in advance I need this so many $100 for groceries, excuse me, and I pull it out of my bank when it's there. So I don't have to worry later in the month, I need to buy groceries. Do I have the money for it? I do. I took it out when I had it. And that goes flip side too. Now I know that I've taken out all the money, all the large amounts of money I need at the beginning of the month. And so I know that what's in my bank account basically is safe. I'm not suddenly going to spend it on groceries or clothing or accidentally, or if, my husband, I don't always know what he's spending on, but now I know we're not going to be going over that budget on those items. And instead of checking my bank account every day, I only look at it a couple times a month. I know what's there. I know I'm safe. And it's given us both so much more peace and calm. And I don't have another word for it in our finances. So what I'd like to encourage you is, if you have a spending issue in one department, or if you find yourself looking at your bank account every day to figure out, can you spend something? Try this out. Maybe just in one category. And it doesn't have to be fancy. I want to show you our grocery envelope. This is like really disreputable. Like, it's really a mess. It doesn't have to be something fancy. You can decorate it if you want. You can make it fancy. But just give it a try. You might be surprised. It does have some drawbacks. Obviously, it doesn't work for online shopping. It doesn't work for cashless areas. We went to a rock concert at a stadium, completely cashless, had to bring our cards. So it isn't for everything. It isn't for everybody, but it sure has worked for us and made our financial life much calmer. So this is Louise Bretz with Louise Bretz Financial Wellness Coaching. If you want to get a hold of me, you can message me here on Facebook. Thanks.